So Krampus, I don't know if it's Krampus or Krampus. I'm gonna call it Krampus. If you think it's Krampus and you think Krampus is wrong and I'm pronouncing it wrong, well, blame it on the accent that I guess I have, because that's how I roll my letters. Krampus. So Krampus is a movie that's ultimately the merging of Christmas and Halloween, which right there, that premise is gonna get some praise from me. Not only was I looking forward to this movie, but I was looking forward to it because of that simple fact. I mean, everyone loves the merging of Christmas and Halloween. And we all know the fable of Christmas. On Christmas, St. Nicholas comes, Santa Claus comes, and he brings joy, and he brings presents, and he gives, and he's wonderful. This movie is the other side of that fable, the other side of that coin. That's right, the shadow of St. Nicholas, the dark entity known as Krampus, is coming to this family's home, just basically bring terror. So now this family has to hold off this really evil cloaked horned thing known as Krampus and all his evil minions who were working with him, who were trying to also kill this family, who look like all the jump scares from Five Nights at Freddy's. And at first the setup was going pretty good. You see this family, they're a pretty normal family, you know, pretty par for the course. You're like, oh, Krampus is gonna terrorize these people. I feel so bad for that. Then the in-laws come, and it's pretty much Eddie and his family from Christmas Vacation with none of the likability. No, seriously, these people were shitheads. They were dicks, they were assholes, and the entire time I was like, I want Krampus to kill you people. Which is a bummer, because I feel like a movie like this should be one bad kid brings Krampus, and now all the good people have to suffer those consequences. But in this one, it's reversed. It's one good kid brings Krampus, and now 5 shitheads have to suffer the consequences, and you're completely fine with that. And you shouldn't be. That takes away some of the tension, because you're like, you shouldn't be rooting for Krampus to win. You need to root for the family to get away from Krampus. You root for half the family. The other half of the family, die. But this movie does a pretty good job at making it feel claustrophobic. They can't really get out of their house because this huge blizzard has rolled in. They can't go anywhere. The power's out. Krampus is coming. It kind of felt like a Stephen King story at that point. For some odd reason, I've just known King does that, where it's like, oh, everything's cut off. You guys are isolated in this pocket, and now bad shit is coming. But the movie does start to fall apart. It's just going through the motions that you know are coming. It's like, oh yeah, Krampus is bad. They're gonna try to escape. Ooh, they can't. It really is horror movie 101 just playing out right in front of you. It was really cool when you first see Krampus, you know, when he's on the roof and he's howling and he's running along the rooftop. He reminded me of the Howling Man from the Twilight Zone. Just that howl was terrifying. But to its core, it's a home invasion movie with cookie gingerbread men in horrible clown boxes. That's also one of the faults. It concentrated on the minions so much that when Krampus showed up, you were glad he showed up, but he just didn't show up enough. And I know in some movies I always gripe like, oh, they showed the big baddie way too much. Well, this is one of those movies that could have shown him a little more. He should have actually been the main antagonist. It should have been him trying to get into the house. It should have been him walking along the rooftops. It should have been him coming down the chimney every time. The minions could have been a fine accent to that concept, but really make Krampus the star. The movie is called Krampus. The movie is not called Krampus's Minions. And I really feel like this movie was trying to hold back and trying to be PG-13. I don't know if they filmed the movie to be a rated R movie and they cut it back to be PG-13, or if they genuinely had a lady yell at the little clown in the box, give me back my kid, you effer, or fricker, or whatever they said. They wanted to say fucker. They wanted to drop that right there, but they just couldn't because it was PG-13. I just feel like it was a classic case of that PG-13 rating is holding the movie back. Guys, in the end, Krampus was simple entertainment, which I knew Krampus would be simple entertainment, but it is as simple as it possibly gets for this premise. But judging by how cool that premise is, I mean, it's an evil Santa Claus entity. It's the evil part of Christmas. The evil part of Saint Nick is coming. It's kind of wasted because you don't get to see how bad this thing is because you barely get to see Krampus at all. It's a pretty average home invasion horror movie. Some things were done well, some things were not. In the end, you walk out of Krampus thinking to yourself, I'm sure Krampus would be a bit better if I were drunk. Yeah, now it's a party. Shit. I'm drunk on Christmas. I'm on the naughty list. Here comes the Krampus! Krampus is German. I guess I sound German. Whatever. All right, so Krampus, have you seen it? What did you think about it? Or what's your favorite Halloween or Christmas movie? I don't know which one to ask, so I'm asking both. Whatever you think, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.